All right, so boom. Welcome back to the F1 series. That's what I'm gonna just call this. I'm gonna just call it F1 series. Maybe I'll talk about other sports because this is the last week of F1 coming up. So what am I gonna talk about for the next 3 months? Who knows? But for this Qatar Grand Prix, I just picked this picture because you see how just, all the cars, it's just a bunch of mess, a bunch of drama, a bunch of storylines. This whole weekend, I didn't even get a chance to recap it yesterday because I was busy yesterday. So I'm taking the chance today to recap this mess of a race. This absolute horrible, great race, granted, but things was just all over the place. It's a sprint weekend first, but the sprint was honestly kind of boring. I'm not even going to recap that. The sprint was it is what it is. The race itself. So first of all, qualifying. George is up on pole. Max then puts in the fastest lap after him. He gets on pole. During their slow lap, because they have to warm up the tires before they do a fast lap. So during their slow lap, I guess Max slowed down too much in front of George or something like that happened. George went to the FIA, the stewards, the umpires, as you might know them, the refs, and was like, yo, he stopped short in front of me. I think he should get a grid penalty. And they were like, it's cool. He was like, no, he should get a grid penalty. And he fought and fought and fought to the point where now Max has a vendetta against this man. Max said, I don't like you. I don't like your attitude. I don't like how you two-faced. Max honestly called him a two-faced bitch. That's what he said. That's what I heard him say. But essentially, the Max got one place grid penalty. So they just give him a slap on the wrist like, okay, George, here. You want your pole back? Get your pole. So he did all that so he can get pole. Just for him to lose it in the first corner. I digress. And not only lose it by one, but lose it by two. Because he lost to both Norris and Max. Because the car is not fast in itself. So the fact that you even fought for pole to lose it in the first corner, out of your mind. That's first. Then, the FIA are a bunch of story writers. They just want drama and they want to sell a story, and they decide how to sell a story by giving people just penalties here, penalties there, and manipulating all the point systems. Because tell me why. Max already won the Drivers' Championship last week. So they're like, okay, no one's going to care because, that championship is already won. Now, the constructors, there's still a fight for that. So it's basically right now between Ferrari and McLaren for the constructors. Tell me how. It was supposed to end this week with where Norris and Piastri were, because they outqualified the Ferraris, which is, those are the McLarens. The McLarens outqualified the Ferraris. So they're going to win. Tell me how. Which Norris did do something wrong. We'll get to what he did later. But he basically did a safety violation. It was a yellow thing. He didn't lift off of the throttle. And so he gets a 10-second stop go. But not only does he get a 10-second stop go, meaning that he has to serve the 10 seconds in the pit lane. So usually if you get a 10-second penalty, they make you, you could serve it at the end, meaning that wherever you finish, you just get docked 10 seconds, and then that's where your place, wherever that 10 seconds docking puts you. So you have time to make it up, meaning that you can build space in between other cars. You can go really fast and you wear out your tires, and then wherever you end up, you just get 10 seconds. They were like, nah, we're going to give you a 10-second stop go, meaning it's a 35-second pit stop and after a safety car. So all the cars were bunched up. So honestly, they just sent his ass to the back of the grid. That's what they did. They literally were like, Norris, you're getting sent to the back of the grid, and we're going to make this World's Constructors Championship go into the last race. That's what we're doing, because there was no reason for a penalty that harsh. That was absolutely insane, first of all. Second of all, the way he even got the penalty, there was a mirror, someone's whole side view mirror. Imagine you're on the road and a side view mirror is just sitting there, right? It's dangerous. You're like, yo, someone needs to go clean that up. They let that side mirror of a whole car sit there on not only just in the road, this was the only place that you could overtake in this race. It was on the main straight and the only place you could overtake. And they let it sit there for multiple laps. And the FIA steward or the president or whatever was like, I don't want to throw a safety car because then that'll damage the race. But it's a single piece. So they could have thrown a 2-lap safety car early on, grabbed the piece, and then let it lock on. No, they waited. Someone, Bottas ran over the whole side view mirror, splintered it into a million pieces. Then Lewis and Sainz got punctures. So now they're driving they had to do the whole lap because it was at the end of the straight. They had to do the whole lap with a puncture, destroying the whole bottom of the car, the whole thing. And then because now it's actually dangerous and people are getting punctures, they're like, now we gotta throw a safety car in. Also, the amount of safety cars in this race was insane. There was like 3 of them. But anywho, throw the safety car in. And they had to make them use the safety car through the pit lane because they have to now clean up the main straight. And they're like using they had like 4 laps under safety car because they had to sweep up the whole main straight. It was absolutely insane. It was stupid. It was absolutely stupid. A mess. That's what I'm saying. This whole thing was a mess. And that was the reason why Norris in the first place got the penalty, because he didn't lift when they were showing the yellow for like the actual piece, the whole piece of the side mirror in the road. But my thing is, even if you kept that yellow there and you were like, oh, we can't move it yet, you were going to do the whole race under that yellow flag at the only place you could overtake? It would have made it boring anyway. That whoever decided that, like the FIA steward or whatever that decided to do that, was stupid. It was actually dumb. Long story short, Max still wins. And who got second? Like Charles got second, Piastri got third. Lewis wanted to leave the car. Lewis, oh my God, Lewis said, retire the car, get me out of here, please. He told the engineers, like, I don't even want to be here. Like, retire this car. They were like, Lewis, no, like, you have to finish this out. So he's like, I don't even want to. And still ended up getting like 12. He was like, I don't even want to finish. He was like, I'm so sick of this. Oh my gosh, it was so bad. That's the longest recap I had. I had to explain a lot of rules there because it was a lot and it was a mess. And we're waiting for next week. Abu Dhabi, last Grand Prix, no sprint. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, it was fun weekend. Very fun weekend.